Hi everyone. Today I am going to cover the process of how to renew or change the address on your driving license. So I did this process recently for my father, and I thought I'll make a video so that it's easier for all of you who are going to get your license renewed or looking to change your address on your driving license. So what I'm going to cover in this video is step by step and detailed guide as to what to do to get this process done, some tips and tricks that I learned from my personal experience. What are the documents required, the medical certificate, that is Form 1A, how to get it, when to get it, all of those requirements will be covered. I'll try to show you a sample form as well that I had got done for my father, how to pay your fees online, how to book your appointment, and then when you visit your RTO, what are the learnings from there, and then how do you finally get your driving license at home. So I'm going to cover all of this. So let's get started. So the first step in this, these are the stages that you'll have to do, and I'll cover each of these in detail. But I'm just summarizing here what all you need to do. So first of all, what you'll have to do is fill the applicants or requesters details. Then you'll have to upload all of the documents. Upload your photo and signature only if it is required by certain states or for certain scenarios. Then license test slot booking. This is not applicable for us. The test slot booking, what the slot booking is, when you want to visit the RTO, if that is needed, that is what I'll cover. How do you pay your fees online? How do you verify the payment status online? How do you print your receipt? All of this is covered. Then finally, what are all the documents that you finally need to take to your RTO for renewal of driving license and change of address on the DL. The process could remain same or similar for other list of services that are provided here, but I'm covering these two here. um, Now, what you have to do is, first of all, you should go to the official website only. So, what you could do is you could on Google mention renew driving license, and then it would take you to parivahan.gov.in. Or you can type in directly this email, this website address, and go here. Now, after that, what you need to do is once you are here at this website, this is what the renewal talks about, and I'm just going to talk to you about renewal for a brief minute. So what it says here is any application for renewal will not be entered in more than 1 month before the expiry of license, right? Which means you have to renew your license within 1 month of its expiry. If your application is late for more than 5 years after the date of expiry, then it would be deemed similar to obtaining a fresh license. Now, what it further says is if the application for renewal is made either before expiry or within 30 days of expiry, then the expiry date of the new license will be with effect from the date of the expiry of previous license, is what it says. Now, if the applications are made after 30 days of the date of expiry of license, then the renewal will be made with effect from the date of receipt of proper application. So what this means is that if you're applying after 30 days, whenever you apply, that will become your, the expiry date will be calculated from that date, and there would be a 30 rupees fees also that might be realized. Now, what are the high level requirements, high level documents that you need for renewal or change in address? Is your old driving license, then application form number 2. This will be auto filled when you submit your application online, so you don't need to fill it manually yourself if you're filling the application online. If you're filling it offline, then you can print out this application form 2 and the blank application form number 2, and then you can fill it. Then what you need is form number 1. Similarly, this will also be autofilled when you're submitting your application online. This is a self declaration that you are declaring that you are fit to drive these vehicles. Then Form 1A, medical certificate for, even though it says transport vehicles only, that is why it gets confusing. It is not for transport vehicles only. This medical certificate is also required if anyone is above 40 years of age. So then also you need this medical certificate to be signed by a MBBS doctor. That also I'll be covering later in detail. And then you'll have to pay the fee. So these are all the documents that you'll need to take, a copy of the payment of fees as well. And we will be covering all of this in detail. This is just what I wanted to show you at a summary level. Now this is, if you see here, if you click on this form number 2, form number 1, form number 1A, these are the how the forms look like. So this is form number 2. This is the form for application of your renewal of driving license. I'll show you how a filled form looks like, but this is how a blank form looks like. Like I said, it is auto-filled when your application is submitted online. Similarly, form number 1A, you can either print it out blank, take it to the doctor, and after filling it, you can get it signed and stamped. Or when you submit your application online, it is advisable that you submit your application online. Even when you visit RTO, they'll ask you to do all of these processes online mostly. So what you should do is you should fill the application. Then the form 1 comes out with all your details and with your application number. That is what you should take to the doctor to get signed. Then what you need to do here is you go to the Parivahan website, go to click on this online services, click on driving license related services, and then it will bring you to this page where you have to click on this, select your state name. I am doing it for Haryana, but this Parivahan website is across India. There could be some minor variations across states, but it should primarily remain the same across all the states. So select your state. Then what it will do is once you choose your state, which is Haryana, it will bring you to this screen, right? And if in case you are logged out at any time, you cannot able to complete your application, you can fill your application, you can check your application status from here, file your grievances here, or you can click on complete your pending application here. So but now, first of all, what we have to do is you have to click on apply for driving license renewal. If you're applying for only change of address, you can click here, but I was applying for DL renewal as well as change of address, which means you can submit one single application for both. But if you want to do only address, you can click here and the remaining process should remain same. Now, when you click here, or before you click here, what will happen is a pop-up will sometimes come up on the screen. What it says is that these services are now made in a contactless mode since COVID, so that people don't have to visit RTO office multiple times, which means you would first have to go get a form and then fill some of the information, get it signed, then go back. So you had to visit 3, 4 times. But now what you have to do is you just have to go once, which means you can fill all your application online, take all the forms, and then your living license will be sent to you by courier. You don't even have to go to collect. So this is what the government is trying to do. And these services are available in contactless mode if your Aadhaar details, if your details are also updated and correctly within the Aadhaar database and they're matching with your driving license records in RTO database. You can click here, like for example, you can click on renewal of DL here, right? Or you can, escape this or skip this window and go back to the one that I showed you, which is apply for DL renewal here. Now, what you can do is from here, give me one. Now, once you click on this, you'll be brought to this page. This is the same page that I had showed you initially at the start of the video with respect to the stages for application submission process. Now, what you have to do here after this is click, these are the instructions for application submission. Now, when you scroll down, what this shows is that you have to select the RTO where jurisdiction falls under the present address of the driving license holder. This is very important. So, for example, if you are if you're residing in sector 1 and the RTO is RTO 98 for that, whereas if you're residing in sector 2 and the RTO is HR 26, for example, so make sure you choose the RTO where your address is falling. If you're not sure, make sure you reach the RTO office and you find out, because if you've chosen the wrong RTO, then either you'll have to process a fresh application and pay all your fees again, or it would take some time to transfer the application from one RTO to another. So that could become a lot of complex and hassle things. So it is very important to ensure that the RTO where you are applying falls under the present address of your location. So whatever is your address, see what RTO caters to your address. It is very easily confusing as to choose another RTO. Both the RTOs could be closer to your home and you could be confused and you would assume that I could go to any RTO, but that is not the case. You have to choose the RTO which serves your location or which serves your current address. Now, if you are aged above 40 years, you'll have to fill a form 1A. That is what I was saying, by an authorized registered medical practitioner or MBBS doctor. Now, here another important thing is, now you'll think, where do you find a MBBS doctor? What all do you need to do. So basically, it could be any MBBS doctor. That is the first confusion that people get. Should it be a from a government hospital? And sometimes in some states, it's even at the RTO office. So when you visit RTO office, they would do your blood test, they would do your eye test, and they would certify for some fee, 100, 200 rupees. But for example, in Punjab, this is what happens within the RTO office. Nearby the RTO office, there is a whole area where all of these tests are done. But within Haryana, this was not the case. I visited RTO, then I had to go to a civil hospital or a government hospital. For them, it is a very normal and common thing. So when you go there, you'll have to get your file made and then pay the required fees of 100 or 150 or 200, depending on the state and location. And then there are basically two or three tests. One is primarily an eye test, right? That is done that, yes, you don't have any eye disorders and you're able to easily distinguish between things and colors. So once you have passed that, then you would be sent to a regular MBBS doctor, which would certify that you're not hard of hearing or you don't have any issues otherwise. And then they would stamp your medical 1A certificate that you would print after filling this application, that yes, you are fit to drive. So I went to a civil hospital. I paid, 510 rupees for making the fees, 100 rupees for, getting the eyes and overall checked, and got it stamped later. I'll show it to you later how that form looks like. And now this is what it says, that this is for transport category of vehicles. If you are applying for a transport category, then again you have to visit a medical practitioner or MBBS doctor. Now you could also visit a private hospital which does that. Any MBBS doctors just that they would charge a lot more. So you would have to get your eye test done and then maybe a regular MBBS. So go to any hospital and they would probably charge 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 rupees, but government hospital could be cheaper and easier. It's just that they might not be as nice as a private hospital. Now what you could also do is, if you want to, because the first step, if you know you're 40 years above and you need to renew it, you can download the form 1A. This is the same form 1A, and then click on this continue here. This is the same form 1A that I had shown to you earlier, that you can print it out blank, fill all the information, get it stamped, or you continue with your application and then go here. Now what you have to do is, this is showing as application for services on driving license, right? Now what you have to do is put in your driving license number here, put your date of birth that is mentioned on the driving license, enter the captcha, right? And then click on this checkbox, I accept to have read the privacy in terms of processing my data, and then click on get DL details. As soon as you click on get DL details, what it shows here is also that the DL number can be entered in any format. If this is the DL number with slashes, you could either enter it as with some spaces, without any spaces, with some slashes, or with hyphen. It depends. You could skip hyphen or skip. So basically the numbers are critical when you are putting your driving license here. I put it in exactly the way it was mentioned on my driving license, and it worked. So once you have filled your license number, date, etc., then click on get DL details. What it will do is, it will start showing you your photo that is there, your signature, your name, your father's name, your date of birth, your blood group, and your present address that is already on file on your driving license. Now it would also start showing you your state, which is Punjab. Then it would show you that you have a current license for a light motor vehicle, which is with Amritsar address currently. So this is also something that I'll show you, that my license was earlier in Amritsar. Now I was changing the address to Haryana. That is why a change of address will be applicable. So, and the validity period, if you could see, it was applicable until 2024. In 2019, I got a license from the old license to chip made license. That is why it is showing as 19, but it was actually issued much more earlier. So it was expiring in March, so 2 months before, which is in January, I did apply. Now, if you see, they were originally saying that you should apply ideally within 30 days, but I went almost 60 days ahead of expiry to be sure there are no issues, and it worked perfectly fine. And then what you have to do is, once it shows you these details, you verified all of these details are correct on file. If not, you should immediately proceed to the RT rather than continuing your application with incorrect details. So if these details are correct, then what you have to do is that, yes, you are confirming all of these details are yours and correct. You have to choose the category. You choose usually general, unless you belong to any of these categories: diplomats, foreigners, OCI, or refugees, or ex-servicemen. You can choose whatever category is applicable to you. These categories, others categories should be again selected only if you're belonging to these categories. Otherwise, general should do. Now, what you should do is, you should enter the pin code area of your RTO. And then what you should do is you should select your state here, and then select the RTO office. Like I was saying, it might show you 3, 4 based on your PIN code or based on your state. It is your responsibility to make sure you choose the correct RTO office which serves your address. Once you have selected the RTO office, click on proceed here. Then what it says is that this Sarthi Parivahan website says that this was last serviced by Amritsar, whereas now you selected Haryana. So would you like to proceed with these changes? This is giving you warning that yes, you are changing your state and address. Do you want to proceed? Is this correct? You say yes, it is correct because it's intentional. So you click on OK, and then it says okay, I'm selecting proceeding with your selection of Haryana. Then you again click on OK. Then what it does is it again shows you your that this was your license with the chip. It was issued originally on this date. This is your license number. These are your photo signature. These are all your personal details that it was showing here. And then what you have to do is put your then what you have to do is you put your mobile number, you have to put your email ID, and then gender is coming up. Then what you have to do is employer category. If you're belonging to any of these categories, state, transport, airport, defense, you can fill that. Otherwise, you can fill not applicable. And then what you have to do is once you filled all of these details, just click on confirm. This page will start loading and it will bring you to authenticating with your KYC. Basically what it is saying is, do you want to submit with Aadhaar or do you want to submit without Aadhaar? I am going to show you both. So first I tried with submitting with Aadhaar authentication. I click on then you click on this submit here. After choosing this, then it says if your mobile number has changed, you have to make sure your mobile number is same as in your Aadhaar card. So make sure, because you'll get OTP on that. So make sure your number is correct. If not, choose the other option. If you have your mobile number correct, then what you should do is, it will show you your state. You'll put in your state, Haryana, put in your Aadhaar card number, and then what it will do is an OTP will come on your mobile, right? Again, it says that Aadhaar should have registered mobile number. So whatever mobile number is registered with your Aadhaar card, it will get an OTP. Enter that OTP here, right? And then click on all of these check boxes that all of this information is correct. I agree for Aadhaar authentication. I understand my biometrics can be sent shared with the RTO agency, and that they'll process my information confidentially. And then you click on this authenticate button here. So once you've entered your OTP, I checked all these boxes, click on authenticate. Then the error that I got here is relative name not found in Aadhaar data. Please use an alternate method. What this says is that what is this relative name? You have all your information correct in your Aadhaar card. Recently, there was a change where care of is mandatory in your address. Now, care of could be care of your father's name, care of your husband's name, or care of your own name and address. So in case if that is not there, right, that care of is missing in this, you have two options. Either you go ahead, update your Aadhaar first, right, add that care of address, update address in Aadhaar website, or and after that, if the problem still persists, then you have to visit the RTO that you corrected Aadhaar. Still, you're not able to authenticate with Aadhaar, but I don't think you'll need to do that because you have another option. So if Aadhaar option is not working, just click on this. Okay, you have to do is submit without Aadhaar authentication and click on submit button. And then what it will do is it will ask you to input your mobile number and then generate an OTP on this. Once you do that, an OTP that is sent to your mobile number, you enter that OTP and then click on authenticate with Sarthi. Once you do that, it will show you that the services that you require. Now, change of address was automatically selected because when I was filling my application, it was last serviced by Amritsar. I have now chosen Haryana, so it is by default clicked. I don't need to change that. But what additionally I'll have to do is I'll have to check the renewal of DL in case if you want to do any other of these services. If you want to change your photo and signature, that is also something that you can do. But here what I did was I just did the checked on the renewal of DL, and then I click on the proceed button. Now when you do that, it will start showing you that these are the two services that you added: change of address and the renewal of DL. Now what it asks you is whether you want to change this address for the present address only or both present and permanent, and then you have to click on confirm. So what I've chosen here is that I want to change both present and permanent. And then what we have to do is then you click on save. You can also checkbox this same as permanent address. So what it will do is you don't have to copy the address. Whatever you enter in your permanent address will be copied here in your present address as well. So now what you can do here is fill your state, your district, your tehsil, your city. Basically, fill your enter your full address that you want to be printed on your license, and then the same is getting copied in permanent address. Then enter all of this information, and then what you have to do is click on confirm. Now, once you click on confirm, and basically it will take you to the confirm, and then you click on the next service. Basically, then it will bring you to renewal of DL, because change of address is now inputted. Now what you're doing to do is for renewal of DL, it shows you this information. This is your DL number, older name. This is the, you have it for light motor vehicle. And then once you have done that, what you have to do is, this next service is not available until you fill the self declaration for physical fitness. So once you do, you just click on the self declaration form 1, and then this is the pop-up that will show. If you maximize this, basically this is the application that you are physically fit and you're yourself declaring. Now, what you have to, what are these questions? It says, do you have any kind of a problem? Basically, the answer to all of these questions is no, you don't have any problem. And are you able to distinguish with each eye? Which means yes, you are able to see clearly. That is why the answer to this is yes. Now, if on the contrary, if your answer to any of these was, and then what you have to do is basically check on this checkbox and click on submit. But what I am going to show you here is that in case if you're saying you have either lost your hand, or you don't, you're not physically fit, if you choose yes, then you'll have to enter some remarks that, okay, this is the problem that I have, but I still have doctor certificate or something so that I am fit to drive. So, but I had chosen no and yes, and then I clicked on submit, right? So basically, then it says, are you sure you want to submit your declaration to physical fitness? You just click on OK, and then it says that self declaration to physical fitness has been submitted. You can just click on OK, and then when you scroll down, you have to check box all of these, that your driving license is not impounded in any state or country, and that you're applying for the service, you'll be issued with the you'll dispose of your current license. You are confirming that your application is yours, everything information is valid, and then all your particulars are true. Now this asks you, do you want to donate your organs in case of accidental? That it's your choice whether you want to do yes or no. Then enter the capture information, and then what you have to do is click on submit. As soon as you do, it gives you a pop-up message. Are you sure you do not want to donate your organs? You can choose okay, or you can choose yes, whatever suits you better. And then what it says is, congratulations, your application has been submitted, right? Application number will be displayed on the next screen, and then you'll also get a SMS that your application has been submitted, and that you have to visit the RTO office. So basically what they're trying to tell you is, the work is not done, application is not yet complete. You've just applied, you click on OK, and then this is the application reference slip that will show you. It will show you an application number, your application date, and your blood group, and other name details, and it will also show you a QR address, and it will also show you that you applied for these services. And then these are the document proofs. You need a driving license, address proof, or a medical form certificate. And then what it also shows you is this application number here. SMS has been sent to your mobile. Now, what this says is that applicant should, you should print out this pre-application form. What you can do is, if you see here, this application form, you can click here and you can print it from here, right? And then next, what it says is that this does not complete the process of license. You have to visit the RTO office, and then you have to complete all of the information in the concerned RTO office. And then what you can do is click on these links one by one: application form, form 1 physical fitness, form 1A medical certificate, and the acknowledgement. You have to take a printout of all of these, and you have to submit it when you visit the office. And then this is the form 2 that is generated, that is the application form. Now if you see, it has a barcode number here, this has the application number, this has your photo, it shows that you're applying for renewal and correction, so you can save this form. Then similarly, there is this form 1, where the physical fitness form, it is just, it shows your details with the application number and barcode. And then this is the form 1A. This is the form that I was saying you should, once you've reached this step, you've completed your application, this form A information is pre-populated with your name, address, etc., and your application number. What you can do is just fill your application date and then take it to the doctor to get it stamped, and I'll show you a filled form also later. Now what you can do is, you can click, when you clicked on the next, then it would ask you for your application number that you just got, the application number that was generated. You put your application number, date of birth, captcha, and then you click on submit. Then it will again show you all of your information. If you have not yet printed, you can print it from here still. And then what it will show you is that these are the details that you requested: DL, renewal, and change of address. And then before making the fees payment, make sure your slot is available. Let's say you paid the fees, but slot is not available for next 2 months, which is unlikely, but still they want you to check high level the slots are here. So when you click here, what will happen is this calendar type screen will show. The blue one is holidays, that red is no slots available, and yellow is quotas not available. Basically for the RTO that you've selected, it will show you slots like this, basically at a high level, that yes, for upcoming days these are the slots, 240 to 50 slots that are available. Now what you have to do is, you've done completed the services on DL, which is the first application you've completed. Now what you have to do is upload documents. Now you click on, you checkbox this upload documents, click on the proceed button here. What it will do is, it will again show you all of your information. You click on OK, and then what it will do is, it will show you required documents here. You can choose one by one. First, for example, it will show you all the information, all the documents that only you need to upload, no other things. So you choose one by one. So first, for example, you choose your address proof, then select whatever address proof you want to choose, passport or Aadhaar card. And then what you can do is put your document number, who issued this document. Let's say Aadhaar was issued by UADI. When was this issued? What is your contact number? And then you click on choose file, upload a PDF file which is less than 500 KB and is of these types: JPEG, JPG, PDF. So and then you click on this upload button here. So then once you click on upload, it will start showing you uploaded. In case it does not meet this criteria, you will get an error, and then you can view this document also from here. And then you can click on confirm that yes. And as soon as you confirm, you will see this information: uploaded documents was blank earlier. Now when you click on next here, it will ask you sometimes for your application number and date of birth again, and then it says you got an OTP on your mobile successfully. So click on OK, and then click on submit, enter the OTP number, click on submit here, and then it will bring you to this screen, and it is showing you that your address proof, Aadhaar card, is now saved under uploaded documents. Now what you have to do is upload other documents. Similarly, you can choose driving license here. Proof is driving license, enter the document number, issued by, issue date, contact number, choose this file, click on upload here, and then you'll see it will show driving license is also uploaded here. You can just click a photo or scan it and upload it here. Now the third document is Form 1A medical. Now until you've completed this step, now you can take your medical Form 1A to the MBBS doctor and get it signed. And I'll show you when you return. Let's say you're taking a break, again you can click on your pending application here, enter application number, date of birth, and CAPTCHA, and then you submit. It will bring you back to the screen, all your information until this is saved. You click on upload documents, click on proceed here, and then you will see it will verify your information again. Click on OK, and then you can choose medical certificate Form 1A, and then within the proofs also Form 1A authorized by a authorized registered medical practitioner. This is what the form looks like. So I took a printout of the form that was printed. It has an application number, it has all of the information. So this is your eye information, for example. Yes, eye information is correct and it is stamped, and as you are otherwise correct, physically fit. It has your name, signature from your license, your photo, and you can get it stamped at 1, 2, 3 places. And then once this is done, you can upload this form online here. So once you've entered all of these, the same form that I just showed you, enter that, choose that here, upload, and then click on next. And then this shows that this is also uploaded, and then you can click on next. It shows all of these three: your address proof, your driving license, and your medical form are now uploaded. Now your documentation second step is also done. You click on next. Now if you see here, services on DL and upload documents is also now complete. Now what the next step is, you have to pay the fee. So you choose this, and then you click on the proceed button. Now what it will show is again your information. Now these are the charges that it is showing you. So the charges for renewal of your driving license is 200. For address, it's another 200. Then there is Form 7 fees, that is the processing fees, and then there is this service charge also. So that comes to around 800. Now 800 rupees in total. And then what you see here is there are some postal charges that have been reversed here. In case they're applicable, they'll be added here. So within 800 rupees is the fees that I have to pay for change of address and renewal and printing and sending the license to my home. So now what you have to do is you have to check that the amount is correct. Choose bank or gateway from the drop down, any you could choose any. Then you enter your email ID. Mail will be sent to this ID, the ID that you had selected earlier. Then enter the captcha, and then SMS that will come here. Click on this pay now button, and then again it is showing you all of that information, date, transaction details, and amount. And then what there is this transaction number, transaction ID, that is what you can save here, just in case you're not able to complete your payment, it gets interrupted here. That is what you can choose here. Now what this says is that once your payment is complete, there's no refund possible from this website. In case your payment didn't go through or you had to go through a duplicate payment, you have to visit the RTO with this transaction ID number. That is why this is important for you to note. But you can click on I agree and then proceed to payment here. uh, then once you do that, you'll be redirected to the bank gateway. This is what it shows, that for net banking the charges are nil. Debit card, it's around up to 2000 is your charge, so it's again free. And your credit card would be charged at around 1% of the amount. Now click on OK. Then once you see here, it has your good receipt note number. All of this information is displayed here. You have to pay 800 rupees. It shows your application number, your name here. Click on this continue button here, and then once you click on continue, it says have you verified all of your name and every other details. If you have verified, just click on OK, and then it says note down this number again just in case your payment does not go through, and then click on OK. Once you click on OK, click on continue. This is the page that it will bring you to. There are basically three methods: net banking, credit card, or any other UPI, any method that you feel most comfortable, along with the charges that I showed you. This is a confirmation page that comes here. It shows that complete your transaction within next 5 minutes. When you scroll down, choose either to enter your UPI ID or choose a QR code and click on this confirm button. When you do here, this QR code was displayed. I scanned this with my Paytm or Google Pay app, and then I open this app and complete your payment, and then it will automatically show your payment status. When I did, it said automatically that your payment is successful, and it gave me this reference number, transaction status. Keep this information for your records. And then what you have to do is, if it does not automatically go back to your application, you can click here. Otherwise, if your page closes here, that is also okay. You can resume your application from here, or click here, or you'll be resent to this website in 60 seconds. Now when you are resent, it shows your application bank reference number success. You can click here to print the receipt. This is important for you to print and take it to the RTO office. So click here to print the receipt, save it, and then it will ask you for entering this text, and then print receipt. This is how the receipt will look like. So take a printout of this and take it to the RTO office, and then click on the next button here. Once you do, it shows that your three steps are complete. You've applied for an application, you've uploaded your documents, you've made your fees payment. Now you have to book your slot. So once you've done all of this, you just click on this, you just click on proceed, and then it shows your application, all of your information again, and then you have to click on again proceed to book here. Then once you do, this is the page that will open. It will show your personal information here, and it shows you the calendar. Then what you have to do is, it shows here that these are number of persons allowed in a slot is 250, number of persons allowed in a day is 250. This will be depending upon the RTO that you've chosen, date that you've chosen. So once you click on any specific date, it will show you that there are these available seats, and from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now it does not give you a specific 10 minutes, 15 minute slot. It is giving an entire day slot, that from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. you can visit here. But a general rule of thumb is visit as early as you can, maybe 9, 9:30, 10, so that the rush is less, the queue is less. And second, it's not available until 8. It's usually available until lunchtime, 1 or 2. You can go ahead, check with your RTO, call or check on Google Maps until when they are open. So my recommendation is go between 9 to 1 or 2 p.m., not until 8 p.m. But you're choosing whatever date. So I've chosen 12th of January. I've chosen this slot, and then I click on book slot here. Once I do that, it says again, shows me all my information, that for both these processes, renewal of DL and change in address, this is the time that I have chosen. I can visit for both of them together. It will ask me for a OTP or security code. Once you enter the security code, click to confirm. Now my OTP was not matching. There's no need to worry here again. You can click on this home button. You can reinitiate the transaction. So what I did again is, on this page, click enter your application date of birth and verification code here. So what you have to do here is go to slot booking, and then within this go to driving license services slot booking, and then enter application date of birth verification code, and then you click on submit here. What it does is it brings you back to that screen, choose the date and time, and then click on proceed to book. You choose your slot, click book slot, enter the OTP, confirm to slot book. Now your slot is also booked. This is again a page confirmation that you will get that dear your name, your slot has been booked for 12 January from 9 to 8 for these services. You can visit this RTO that you've chosen and try to reach 30 minutes before. So basically anytime during the day, and then either save this as PDF and print later, or print right now from here, and then your app, this is also your slot is also booked. If you want to cancel slot, rebook slot, you can cancel and rebook the way I showed you earlier. This is the slots cancellation box in case you have to reschedule. Now it also shows you some of the general guidelines. It says that before booking, do check your inquiry options like I showed you. Then what it also shows is before, when booking an appointment, check whether you're available on that, choose the desired slot, book slot, take printout, and reach according to that slot. There's no extra fees there. The agents and all are not entertained. You can do all of this yourself online. If you do not know how to operate online, maybe a relative or your friend or a third party could help you fill your form, but you don't have to pay any other fees other than what is being paid online. And the government is not responsible for any extra amount that you're paying. It also says that the quotas are defined and controlled by the state departments or RTOs, and we'll have to abide by that. Then it also says that rebooking, how to rebook or prepone the appointment. You can read these instructions in details if any of these are needed, but I've already told you how to cancel and rebook the appointment if you have to. Now it shows you this application. When you go to the main check your application status, you can come back here, and then what you can do is you can print local your services acknowledgement form from here also. It also says that the completion, this does not state that you've granted your license or completed your application. You have to complete all the stages, and you have to visit the RTO office. And then now if you start see here, it is starting to show as application is under processing at RTO level. And if you see here, if you click on this view more button here, and then what you show is that this approval of documents, your printing of driving license and dispatch by post is pending here. This is what the information is shown here. Now when you visit, now after this is done, you can visit the RTO office. When you visit the office, this is the receipt that you will get after the completion of application at RTO. These are the steps that you have to see. So first we have to visit the RTO. Usually you will go there, get a file made for 10 rupees or 20, whatever is the charge. They'll check all your documents. Then they'll send you to another other counter to get your documents checked. Once they've checked all of that, they'll ask you to go to another counter and submit your documents. And once you've submitted, everything looks okay. It just takes 5 minutes for this entire process in RTO. If there's no queue, if you're reaching on time, you get your physical receipt like this. It shows your application number, your date of birth, that they've received your application for renewal and change of address, and within 7 days they'll print it and they'll send it to you. So you should expect to get it within 15 days. This is 7 working days. They'll also stamp it with their stamp. So now if you go back, when you go back home and you check your application, now it says that application is under processing at the RTO level and your documents are approved. There were 3 items that were shown earlier. Now printing and dispatching is pending. And now if you again, after you've searched for a few days, it says your documents are approved, printing is also completed, right? And printing of DL, and now what is pending is application processing stage is DL dispatch by post. So it has been dispatched and you should receive your document now. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this further, as this gives motivation to make more videos for you.